Sure that you always add celery to your green juice. It's really hydrating, full of minerals. You have high blood pressure, low blood pressure. Celery is great for that. So make sure it's organic. You don't want to add more pesticides to your juice. The whole point of juicing is to remove toxins from the body, not to add more toxins to the body. And so make sure that any ingredient that you're buying for the juice is an organic ingredient, because we don't want to toxify our body more with pesticides and herbicides. And the next ingredient is asparagus. Asparagus is great also for the digestive system. It's antioxidant. It has a lot of antioxidants. It's great for the liver. It helps the liver detoxify itself. It helps the liver detoxify the body. So I put about, I think these were about 8 asparagus. So I cut them up into little pieces to help out the blender. And you put them in here. So that's basically when you're putting it all together, you cut it up a little bit to help your blender out, especially if you don't have a powerful blender. The next ingredient is a lemon. Lemon is great for the digestive system, but it's also great for to make the body more alkaline. Alkaline means it's the opposite of acidic. When we are full of acidic, if our body is very acidic, that's where disease grows. That's where cancer grows. Most people that are suffering from cancer is because their body was really high in acid. And so you want to try to make your body more alkaline, and the way you do that is by eating foods that are more alkaline, and lemon is one of them. So this is great. What I do is I do half a lemon, and I keep the skin because the skin is really high in nutrients. If you don't have a powerful blender, you have the option of removing a little bit of the skin. If you have a powerful blender, keep the skin because it's very high in nutrients. It's going to really bring down all of those acids in the body to neutralize the body and remove all of that acid that can create cancer. The next ingredient is ginger root. This is about maybe a thumb size, the size of your thumbnail. You want to remove the skin when you do the ginger root because it's very hard to digest the skin. So you want to remove it, remove the skin, cut it into about half an inch, about the size of your thumbnail. And ginger is very great for, it's anti-inflammatory. It brings heat to our digestive system. In order for us to be able to digest any foods, we want heat there. And so ginger is very heat promoting, so it helps us digest this juice. It will reduce the bloating, reduce the inflammation, and so make sure that you do ginger. The next ingredient is the turmeric root. Turmeric root, you can either choose to do the root. I like to do the root myself. It comes in a container like this, and it looks similar to the ginger, but it's more orange. So you can do a root, or you can do the turmeric powder. If you're gonna do the turmeric powder, you do about 2-3 tablespoons of the powder. If you're gonna do the root, you do about 2 or 3 of the roots. I prefer the root. It's just my preference. So I'm gonna put about 2 or 3 of the roots in here, and turmeric is known for fights cancer. It's also high in antioxidants. It's a great root for to fight any kind of illness. So turmeric root. I gave you the option of the 3 fruits that you can pick from. You can do pineapple. What I do is I buy a whole pineapple and I cut it up and I freeze it for when I need it for my juice. So you can do a whole pineapple. You can buy your pineapple already frozen. If you're gonna do a green apple, if your goal is to lose weight, I would go with the green apple, but do only half of a green apple into your green juice because you want to reduce the sugar in the juice. You want to balance out the sugar levels. One of the reasons why people have a hard time losing weight is because their sugar levels are out of balance. So you don't want to add more sugar to this. So a green apple is a great option if your goal is weight loss. So if you're going to do a green juice, a whole blender, do half of a green apple. If you're not worried about your weight, if you're just trying to get more nourishment into your body, then you can do the pineapple. And you always want to add a good fat because a good fat nourishes our brain. It lubricates our organs. It helps keep us full longer. And so I choose organic extra virgin olive oil. Make sure that it's organic, make sure it's extra virgin, and make sure that it is cold pressed and it is stored in a dark container. So for each green juice, you want about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. So when you can either pour it into your blender, or you can choose to make your green juice and then pour 1 tablespoon of olive oil into each one of your mason jars. Also, if you're going to make your green juice as a meal replacement, it always has to have some kind of protein. We always have to have protein with our meals. So a very simple way to add protein to your green juice are hemp hearts. Hemp hearts are loaded with nutrients, they're loaded with omega-3, and for each serving, for each green juice, 3 tablespoons of this will give you it'll give you enough protein for that one meal. So basically, you put all of this in here. You put the hemp hearts, the fruit you choose, the olive oil if you want, or you can wait. You you fill this up to the top with water. You're gonna fill up the blender all the way to the top with water. So once all your ingredients are in here, you're going to fill it up all the way to the top with water, and then you're gonna blend it. Once you blend it, once it's blended really well, you're going to simplify your life, you're going to, that's the reason why I put the 16-ounce mason jars in the shopping list, is that you're going to fill it up, you're gonna put it in mason jars. And you're gonna fill it up to about here. And 1 blender full should give you about 5 or 6 mason jars. So you're gonna fill it up. Don't fill it up to the top, because you're going to freeze this so that you can have it ready for the week. That this way you don't have to blend a green juice every single morning. And the reason why you're not filling this up to the top is that when it freezes, it expands. And if you fill it up to the top and it expands, it's gonna crack the jar. So you wanna give it room to expand. Another option is, if you're using a tight seal container, which a mason jar is that you can store it in the fridge for 2 days without freezing it, as long as it has a tight seal. So let's say you fill up about 6 mason jars, 2 of them or 3 of them, you can leave them in the fridge for the first 3 days and freeze the rest, and bring them out as the week progresses so that you can have it ready for the morning. This is a really great way to set yourself up for success. So I hope that this was helpful. This is a very simple way of making green juice without having any excuses as to why it's so complicated for you to do this every morning. You fill it up, you put it in your mason jar, you either freeze it or put it in the freezer, and you have it ready to go in the morning. Remember, if it's gonna be a breakfast, make sure that you add the hemp hearts for protein, because we have to have protein with each meal. I'll put more information up as we go, but I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Remember, love yourself, feed yourself, drink green juice.